There's the baby. Just getting washed in our good old, nice, efficient wash bay. I think I'm going to take her for a ride down to Fort Lauderdale. Let's take a ride. So for those of you who know your exit numbers or mile markers, we just passed mile marker 125. We're climbing up Mount Eagle. Everyone who's driven in the Midwest or heading south down 24 or well, really east on 24 know about Mount Eagle. When I got my CDL on one of the, I guess you call it mountains that we had to go across to kind of clear us for our training was this one. I'm going to stop up here at the 135. There's a pilot here. A few years ago, this pilot caught fire. I was actually there the day it caught on fire. I didn't cause it. I promise you it wasn't me. I'm going to stop and get some fuel, and then we're going to go on down Mount Eagle. I think I'm going to talk about techniques used in driving a coach down a grade. All right, family, we got another one here. So, I'm currently in Mount Eagle, Tennessee, on the top of the hill, on my way to Fort Lauderdale. Got a deadhead down there, and got 2 days to get there. So, going to cruise on down there for 3 shows in the state of Florida, and we're probably going to vlog maybe 2 of them on this particular vlog. So, I want y'all to ride down with me, and let's travel. Florida, here we come. Palm trees, y'all. Can't go wrong. So right now I'm on the top of Mount Eagle, which is not, when we're talking about West Coast, Midwest, East Coast, this is a hill that's infamous in the Midwest. There is a runaway ramp there that you also have to be cautious of because people will smoke their brakes if they don't drive it properly. But what I want to do in this video is somewhat of a demonstration. I can't show you step by step, but I'm going to talk about it and explain how you travel down a grade in a entertainer bus or a motor coach, seated coach, what the steps are and how to properly do it safely. Let's go do it. Those of you who know me know I got to give me some coffee, and they got Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Let's go.
Shower guest 68, your shower is now ready. Please proceed to shower 7.
Due to the fact that when I went down Mount Eagle, my camera was not recording, so I'm trying to be a man of my word. I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to just give a brief discussion on going down a grade. The rule of thumb when you're going up a grade in trucking is you go down it 1 gear less than what you went up there. With the technology in these trucks, it's slightly different now because we have ways to use the transmission to suppress it. In the buses, we have a function that is called a mode. Most buses have an Allison transmission. We hit the mode button and it allows us to shift it manually. Not shifting it like a stick shift, but be able to bump a gear down and it will not go past that gear. The rule of thumb is this. When you're going down a grade, go into fourth or fifth gear. In this particular hill, Mount Eagle, I went down in 4. And I used my jakes, 1 and 2, and I went back and forth. That's in a nutshell. We'll talk about this down the road. So what happens, you leave the yard, you're nice and clean, got a nice shine, armor all, and then you run into some weather, and erases all of that. Probably would need to get get a bus wash down in Florida, get it shining up before show day. But I say all that to say, just got a call from my wife, and this is one of the things that, you know, is challenging when you are in this profession, doing this job, and you're on the road for extended periods of time. When things happen at the house, you're not there to kind of deal with it, so you gotta, you know, have friends or resources to kind of help things move along, you know, to make sure the family's okay. And I have that for the most part. In some cases, I got good neighbors, but a tornado just dropped about a mile, less than a mile from my house in Indiana, and knocked a tree down my front yard, landed right next to my Yukon. We don't know if there's any damage. It might be scratches, but yeah, that is a situation. Wind came through. My son said it was 100-mile gust, and neighborhood just next to my neighborhood has significant damage. Houses on fire, trees uprooted, so it's pretty bad. And this is some of the things that always gets me nervous when I'm gone, like I am. When things happen at the house, that's my wife texting me now pictures of what's going on. When things happen in the house and I'm not there to deal with it, but at some point, at some level, if you feel you need to go home, that's where you need to find your relief. Someone come in, that way you can leave and go deal with the situation and then get back on tour. I'm not at that situation right now, but that's what would happen if you're in a situation like that, like a death in the family or stuff like that. You would, you know, get a relief, someone to fly out, take over for you while you're gone. You go deal with whatever you have to deal with, and then get back on tour down the road. That's one of the challenges in this profession, in what we do. So yeah, things to think about. So it's pretty bad, and this is some of the things that always gets me nervous when I'm gone, like I am. When things happen at the house, that's my wife texting me now pictures of what's going on. When things happen in the house and I'm not there to deal with it, but at some point, at some level, if you feel you need to go home, that's where you need to find your relief. Someone come in, that way you can leave and go deal with the situation and then get back on tour. I'm not at that situation right now, but that's what would happen if you're in a situation like that, like a death in the family or stuff like that. You would, you know, get a relief, someone to fly out, take over for you while you're gone. You go deal with whatever you have to deal with, and then get back on tour down the road. That's one of the challenges in this profession, in what we do. So yeah, things to think about. So you all have caught me red-handed ducking around some traffic around the Atlanta airport. Thought I would catch this little cutoff. I've done it before. Works out pretty good. It kind of gets around that big bottleneck that takes place off of the 285 merging on the 75 just south of the airport. Atlanta, yeah, I hit it right at rush hour. Well, it was actually just before. But you know what, as far as I'm concerned, unless it's 2 in the morning, the chances of avoiding some traffic in Atlanta is probably slim to none. I know today is a very unique way that I'm filming, and I apologize. But today is a crazy day. It is a crazy day. Today is, again, I probably said it earlier in the video, today is my wife and I's wedding anniversary. We got married August 11th, 2012. And so, you know, I'm not there. It's one of the things that you deal with when you are in this industry and touring in general, whether you're a driver, whether you're a rigger, trucker, whether you're the artist, you miss important days, holidays, birthdays, so surgeries. I missed my wife's knee surgery almost 2 years ago because I was on the road. I was in Canada. But today, not only is it my wedding anniversary, but again, there's a tornado that touched near my house, and trying to deal with everything that is involved with this situation from the seat of the coach. And so far, so good. We're getting it done. We're making it happen. Got a good friend who deals with my landscaping coming to our home. He's going to cut this tree up in chunks, get it off of our car. Or it's not on it, but might as well say it's on it. So getting that taken care of. Thank God for, you know, friends, people that can be there when you need them. I've learned, and in this industry, you gotta have associations, you gotta have friends, you gotta have people that got your back because you're not there, and you gotta have some people that can watch out for your family when you're not able to be there to deal with the situation. So, you know, if this is something you want to do understand that is a part of it. And I haven't had too many major incidents occur when I'm not home, but this is one of them. A tornado that nearly, you know, hits my home. My town is in bad shape. We got they've declared an emergency in my town. About 95% of our county is without power. So it's a bad situation. We're without power. I don't know how long it's going to be before my house gets power. So my family, my wife and my son are dealing with it directly. And I'm here on this $1.5 million coach with 5 roof airs and air conditioning and a stock refrigerator, living the, you know, lap of luxury. So there's a sense of guilt that I'm dealing with right now because I'm not dealing with the situation directly. So this is one of the things that you deal with in this business. Understand that if you're in this and this happens, you can't always run home and deal with the situation. You can't. You know, you gotta figure that thing out. So yeah. I'm actually on the way to Savannah, Georgia really fast. I have an aunt that lives here. She's almost 80. She don't look it, but I want to put eyes on her on my way to Florida. So I'm here on Interstate 16. I gotta say, nice straight road, no deep curves. I have been set at cruise, 70 mile an hour the whole time, cruising. So, you know, I've actually driven my guys on this stretch of road last year. We had a show in Savannah, and it was a nice, smooth ride once we got on 16 outside of Macon, Georgia. So I'm about 40 minutes away. I'm gonna go see my aunt and my cousin, and then I'm gonna shut down and finish this ride in the morning for Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood, Florida. Well, it's the next morning. I'm here just south of Savannah. Didn't get a chance to see my aunt, but I did get to see a chance to see my some other family members. So that was fun. That was great. Still dealing with the aftermath of everything that took place back at home with tornadoes. They called it a directional wind that came through my area. 100-mile winds. They call it, there's a name. I got to remember the name. I'll find out what the name is. But it's a wind that blows in one direction very intensely. And that's what I just experienced at my house. So it's pretty bad. The whole northwest Indiana area was pummeled. Gas is limited. Groceries, those types of deals. We're still without power in my house. So I've been on the phone just dealing with that. You know what I mean? Just trying to deal with it and not being there. So far, my wife said, you're fine, we got it, we're good. So she's giving me peace of mind. My wife's a trooper. She really is. But yeah, we just got to keep pushing on and just keep praying and everything works out. I got a good support system at home. So there we go. Went on to the scheduled program. I got to give me some coffee here. I'm here at the Loves. Go get some coffee and start the rest of my ride. I think I got about 6 hours to go till I get down to Fort Lauderdale, knock it out, and get ready to get parked up tonight, I think. My coffee, I'm good to go. I'm about to hit the road, but I did some research and I found out what that wind was that hit my house. So what this wind is called a derecho, D-E-R-E-C-O, derecho. And what it is a consistent wind that travels over so many miles, and it has to be a consistent wind of between 50 to 100 miles an hour. We got smacked with 100-mile-an-hour winds. It's not a tornado because it doesn't swirl. It is a direct wind, a derecho, because it goes in a straight line. And boy, did it go in a straight line. I got the video, so that's done. We made it through. We'll get to the other side of it. But if you all notice my blue Tiger on, if you haven't gotten one of these yet, if you are a driver, you drive trucks, buses, whatever it is, man, you need to get you one of these. This is nice. This is the Blue Tiger Storm. And the noise cancellation and the range, second to none. My wife talks to me and she thinks I'm in bed still, but I be driving down the highway doing 65 mile an hour because the noise cancellation is good and I can hear well. So if you haven't got you one, do that. Get you one. I'll put it in the description. Should be a discount there for you. Get you a Blue Tiger Storm. All right. So even though we're traveling southbound on 95, and I got to say this, Interstate 95 is actually, believe it or not, one of my favorite highways in the United States of America. I don't know why. I think let me say this again. The southernmost portions of 95 is one of my favorite highways. I think it reminds me of home. The tall pine trees, the fairly smooth roads. You know, 95 goes through my hometown of Savannah. And it just reminds me of home, particularly going through South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia. And then, of course, Florida, you get a lot of traffic, but the road is a smooth road like we are here in Jacksonville, Florida right now. It is a fairly smooth road. There's some construction in Jacksonville, but for the most part, it's a smooth road. And it can be scenic. You get to see some palm trees. I love the pine tree. I love the tall pine trees. Again, it just reminds me of home. But we were talking about traveling down grades. And I'm saying this because of this. We've had some incidents at our company where brakes are being smoked going down grades. And it's simply because the drivers aren't being trained in that particular skill set. And it's all about the transmission, and you have a Jake brake and you can use it. Some guys are afraid to use the Jake brake because they feel it's going to jerk and you're going to wake the passengers up, but it's not. So in another video, I'm going to talk about gray driving because I want to dedicate time to it, to go through it thoroughly, because it's very, very, very important. When you drive these entertainer coaches, it's things you cannot run out of. And I'm going to give two of them right now. That's fuel and water. You got to be on top of that. So whenever I get a chance to fuel up, I'm going to get some water. Just hopefully the water is available, and I'm going to get some water because, hey, it's easy to get, and why not have it if you can get your hands on it? It's just simple as that. I don't know any other way to explain that. Get you some water, keep water and fuel on your bus. Now, being on this last stretch of this run, we're going to jump on the Florida Turnpike. I think at this moment, I'm thinking we're about an hour and a half, 2 hours barely from Hollywood, Florida, the Hard Rock Casino. The route that we took down here was 24 to 75, and I detoured, took 16 out of Macon, Georgia, and took 16 over to 95 south. And I stopped in Fort Pierce to get some fuel and water, and then I continued on the Florida Turnpike. And the Florida Turnpike ran right behind the casino, so it was a straight, direct shot. It's about 13 and a half hours total on that run, and the majority of it was a smooth ride. Georgia got smooth rides, with the exception of the reflectors in the middle of the lanes. I've gone to accept those, and then Florida, which is just exceptional roads, where I got my nickname from, driving on this particular highway to be exact. So I love Florida roads. I love Florida altogether, except for the humidity, but that's here or there. I'll take the humidity over the winter that I'm going to experience up in Indiana. Someone asked a good question in the comments, and it was, we noticed that you deadhead a lot. And I do. Driving a star car, driving for the artists, a lot of times the artists will fly to the next city or the next region of the country, particularly the West Coast or the East Coast. And I will pick them up at the airport or meet them at said venue, and then we will travel in that region from city to city, anywhere between 300 to 600 miles a night. And then at that point, we will fly them back home, and then we will reposition the bus or return back to Nashville. So that is generally the schedule in the way we move. If you have the choice to ride on a bus for 24 hours or take a flight, I would think some folks might choose that flight as opposed to being cramped up in a bus for multiple days traveling across country. So that is the mind thought, or the way tours move in most cases. It's not all, but in most cases. One of the things that I love about Florida is I get to see those beautiful Prevost motorhomes that some of the folks own down there going up and down the road. Those are some beautiful motorhomes. And even some of the I can't even tell you the brands of those motorhomes that are just beautiful vehicles. And I love to see them. I love being down there and seeing folks going up and down the highway with those. And hey, when you see one of us, when you see one of these Prevosts, wave at us. I actually wave to you guys. Don't feel bad to wave at me. I blink my lights at you too as well. Those are some beautiful vehicles, some beautiful coaches, and we love to see them. Well, we have arrived to the Hard Rock Casino here in Hollywood, Florida, and it's raining. It's all right. We're parked, still clean. That's all that matters right about now. But we're here. Crew is flying in tomorrow. Buses will be set up for them, and they will be able to come on board. Things will be ready for them, and they can relax and start their day. Our show isn't until Friday. It's actually Wednesday night right now, so I like to be early. I like to get in, just in case we got issues, so we can address it and get it done before they arrive. So we're good to go. Going to check into the hotel in the morning. So yeah, that's kind of the steps at this moment. Get checked in, and then start the process of getting this show going. So let's get into the hotel in the morning.
Today's the 14th.
12.
No, yesterday
No,
was
13. 13. Hold on, let me look.
13.
13, yeah. I wanted you all to hear that conversation because it is so easy to lose track of time when you're out on the road. And if you don't have a watch or accessible to your phone where you can see the date, you will lose track of time so easily. Right now, we're utilizing our free time that we have, and my colleague here, Mr. Dave, is getting himself doing a gen service on his generator. He's doing the oil and oil filter service on his Jenny. You know, when you have time like this, is a great chance to stay on top of your maintenance, particularly with your generator. And while we're sitting, I thought I would polish my wheels. It's not a full polish, but I wanted to wipe them down and get that road grime and rain off of my shiny rims. So again, we take this time sometime to rub our buses. I have a friend driver, he said they were rubbing their buses so hard and so long, messed around and got pneumonia one day, you know, out there in the rain, wiping his bus down. So yeah, it's sometimes it can be an overkill. We can kind of overdo it, but you know, a true driver wants their vehicle looking good as long as possible. It's kind of a mano y mano type of deal. My bus looks better than your bus. Gotta say, this Hollywood or Hard Rock Casino is a pretty nice place. There's actually a Hard Rock near my house in Indiana, but it doesn't compare to this particular facility. All the memorabilia of the Beach Boys, you name it, Little Richie, Diana Ross, the Supremes. They have garments from all types of artists, and it's pretty neat to kind of see that, you know, particularly being in the music business. There is the famous hotel. I wanted to stay in that, be honest with you, but yeah, I was on the other side, which was fine. I'm not complaining. Yeah, that guitar is pretty neat. I want to stay in that building one day. It's going to happen. I don't know when, but one day. Bad view, you know, Fort Lauderdale off to the distance. Probably hard to see it, but Fort Lauderdale's off to the distance. The airport is straight that way as well. And to our right, there's the guitar. If you ever been down in Hollywood, Florida, at nighttime you see this thing lit up, and it is it's a sight. It's pretty neat. I kept saying it'd be pretty neat to do a show there, and here we are. We're doing a show here. So, you know, things come full circle. Pretty good. I will tell you this, is hot. And I'm not complaining because winter will be here before you know it. But it's been hot all over this country. Everywhere. Everywhere. Except for Jackson Hole on top of the mountain. Outside of that, hot everywhere. Hot everywhere. So, I'm here in the hotel. Our show isn't until tomorrow night. So we got a day to kind of relax, kind of recoup. This ride wasn't bad, about 14 hours. Broke it up over 2 days. And we're here. Been walking, been working out. I got a suit right on right now that's sweating. I'm soaked underneath it. Give me a shower and kind of sit back a little bit. The bus is ready to go. Ready to receive them. And we'll get on to our regular scheduled program. Right now, it's just a matter of keep an eye on the bus, go down and check on it, make sure the shore power doesn't fail, which did once already. I shut down one of the roof airs. I'm going to go down here in about an hour. Nobody's on the bus right now, so we got time. But I'm going to go down in about an hour or so, see what it looks like. And if it's off, then I'm going to switch the generator and just call it. Because we're not going to be dealing with that. Simple as that. So, with that being said, you know what I always say. Hope you enjoyed this video. Pray for me and my family as we deal with this crisis that we're dealing with down here with this derecho, this direct wind. Family still doesn't have any power. They're saying water's getting low. And I feel real bad that I'm sitting out here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and they're dealing with it. But my wife was like, what can you do if you were home? So it's a lot that I think I can do if I were home. But, you know, my wife's a trooper. So keep an eye on things. Worst case scenario, when I get back to Nashville, I'll take a quick flight home just to be there, see what's happening, you know, and get back down to Nashville. So you know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you're doing till you see what it does. Like and subscribe to the video. Hype it up. And, hey, we're almost at 100,000. Really appreciate you guys for the support. We'll see you all in the next video.